Well, good morning, Bakersfield, surrounding communities, and everybody watching online on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. This is the Early Bird Special right here on this 19th day of February. I'm Chris Burdick. That's Sparky. Sparky, good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Let them know what they're in for.
Oh, they're in for a early bird roundup show with all sorts of stuff coming from the NBA, the NFL, the MMA,
There's even some wrestling
WWE. Plus, we'll have, excuse me, our boy Anthony coming in before his open mic night at the Well tonight. Plus, Rodeo Pro Wrestling is back in the building later this morning. We'll have Showdown come in ahead of their big event this weekend.
Rodeo Rush will be live from MB2. I believe you can go to their Instagram page to get tickets if you are so inclined to do so. Can't wait to talk Showdown. Apparently, we may even have the championship belt in the building as well. So we'll be able to share that with you guys on our social media and all of our YouTube pages and whatnot. Hopefully, you guys will join us at that point. What should we get into first, my friend? I mean, the NFL obviously is a buzz with two major stories: the sale of a Super Bowl team and, well, another wide receiver just debacle, I'll say, because Rashee Rice is at this point chasing to catch up to Tyreek Hill for most degenerate wide receiver.
Damn.
Let's be honest.
Degenerate.
The guy has been busted now multiple times. Obviously, we all know about the 2024 incident where he was speeding and caused a crash. He had to, sit out a couple games for that this season. But now his longtime girlfriend, and I believe we've actually heard rumblings of this
a couple
months ago.
When I read it.
But she finally filed a civil lawsuit against Rashee for essentially 18 months of straight abuse, strangulation, headbutting her, all while she's pregnant with their child between 2023 and 2025 is what she's claiming. And she's looking for anywhere over $1 million. That's chump change, sweetheart. You need to up those numbers. Big time.
Who's your attorney?
Exactly. It's like $1 million. That's all you want out of this. You were just abused for 18 months straight. Is what you're telling us.
I'm looking for 18 million.
I'd shoot higher than that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, Rashee Rice in 2 years is sprinting to the front of the degenerate line, in my opinion. And this is going to be damning for his career, because if he is seen guilty for this, the NFL has to step in and give him what, Spark? I'd say at least most of the season suspended.
I mean, we've seen these. I mean, Tyreek, you just brought it up, and he never missed any time. So I mean,
that's the weird part about all of this.
I don't know. Yeah, I would expect, like usual, when these cases happen, that they'll probably find something, and she'll get paid, and it'll all disappear.
That's the worst part about all of this. I mean, I guess you need video, apparently, like the Rashee Rice situation, for the NFL to actually do anything. I hope they do something about this. This has gotten to be ridiculous. You can't keep letting these players get away with stuff like this. I mean, you heard me say it about James Pierce, someone who's on a team that I favor. He's a rookie. And a lot of people are saying, oh, he's young. This was a breakup. It was a bad breakup. Yeah. And he acted out in a way where he stalked her, chased her down with a car, hit her multiple times.
Allegedly,
all alleged, apparently. And allegedly hit a cop on the way out before he was then allegedly wrestled down to the ground on video and arrested. I thought the NFL cared about protecting the shield. I thought the NFL cared about making themselves look good. You're so inclined to try to punish the players for their report cards of their teams and how they treat the players, and how the organizations actually take care of them. You wanted that thrown out.
And what's funny is, I mean, I posted, when Tyreek was released, that, the favorable team to get him was the Chiefs. And I immediately heard from Chief fans saying, oh, we have Rice, we have Hollywood Brown, we have this, we don't need him. Well, with Rice, to note, Hollywood Brown is also a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, Patrick Mahomes cleans up his salary cap, gives him $40+ million to spend. It only smells like Tyreek is coming back.
Oh, that's the only thing I can think of. And they want to obviously dip into some more positions, especially at the offensive line. You need to fix some of those player or some of those starters, I should say.
But now with this story finally coming out,
You
because
have
we
to.
talked about it for a while. I mean, we heard about the rumors of it, you know,
Right.
6-8 months ago, and now that it's shown light, mm, it looks like they're gonna need a couple receivers now.
You're gonna have
And
to.
this one it's got to get cleaned up,
It
man.
needs to. And that's why I'm saying, like, you're probably right. Unfortunately, the NFL probably won't do anything, or at least will slap him with a 5-game suspension and pretend like that's enough. It's not. Let's all be honest. It's not. But it yeah, because the only other
Where's the line?
solution, that's what I keep thinking in my head is as somebody who wants to see some sort of teeth put into this and maybe even a guillotine, make him example. Look what you guys did to Josh Gordon for smoking weed.
Right.
But you're not willing to step in and do something serious when somebody steps up and hurts their girlfriend for multiple months on end.
They're either beating up their girlfriends or they're going 100 miles per hour in their Lambos,
right?
And they're not doing anything with it.
And that's my issue with it as well, because you're right. Where's the line? Where are we actually going to put any kind of penalty up? And I am so sick and tired of hearing people say, well, we should just give them a second chance. It was just a bad thing. It was a bad night. No.
Is the line killing someone? I mean, does it have to be a Ruggs type deal?
No, because, I mean, again, we've seen history of the NFL get involved with that as well and still allow players to play. I won't say names, but we all know who I'm talking about. There is no line, apparently. It's all a facade. It's all Roger Goodell sitting there saying, we're going to protect the shield. No, you're not.
You're going to hide behind the shield.
Exactly. And you're going to pretend it never happened, and you're going to start up the football season, and everybody's going to be excited because we all love and miss football.
About it.
Exactly. And forget all about it. It'll be a talking point when you're watching a Chiefs game, maybe once or twice, and then he'll come back 4 or 5 games in, have another breakout game just like he did this year, and everybody will magically forget that he was a absolute POS. And honestly, it may be alleged right now, but I don't know many people that'll step forward and claim that I was abused for 18 months straight while I was trying to birth this guy's baby. Like, this is just a ridiculous situation. So yeah, I will gladly put Rashee Rice right at the front of the degenerate NFL football players line right now.
I mean, if it comes out, I think he should be cut and banned or at least suspended for a year or two.
He has to be.
He's got to spend some jail time too, I would expect. Where's the where is the line on both sides?
But marijuana is a big problem. Marijuana is the problem, guys.
Marijuana is bad.
And honestly, we could get into that story with the WBC as well when it comes to Javi Baez, because let's be honest, Javi may have, smoked weed back in 2023 when they were testing for this and failed the test. But can we all get over that? Can we all get over this hatred for marijuana in sports? It's not a performance enhancer.
No,
it's not.
It's
not like they're taking steroids. Like,
I promise.
Why is it always that?
It might make you better on Madden.
No kidding. Yeah, you may be eating some chips and playing Madden a little bit more often.
The
but
weight gainer.
Oh my God. I've never understood that. I've never understood why organizations just lop athletes' heads off for smoking weed. It's really not that serious. Now, a steroid and all of that stuff, absolutely. Yeah, you definitely should. But it's just so dumb. And again, it's just another instance of the NFL, or at least in this opinion, or with Rashee Rice, if they don't do anything, we're going to be talking about it on this show, how they let down pretty much every woman on the planet because this continues to happen. And until you actually put some teeth into this, fans are going to start uprising about it. They really are.
I mean, we have Cancer Awareness Month.
And imagine,
should we have a spousal abuse month for the NFL?
It might as well. At this point, we've reached that level. And imagine this, Spark. Imagine where we have a world where James Pierce gets suspended for what he did, but Rashee Rice gets a lesser one. Because honestly,
it's probably coming.
It probably will. Although it's really stupid to say out loud, but I could see them slapping James Pierce with an 8-game suspension and Rashee with a 5. I could. I hope they don't, because you slapped him with a 5-game suspension last year for the reckless driving situation, and now you're saying that is equally as bad as what he's doing now. So
18 months, man.
That's what I'm saying. I think you should be suspended for 18 games. 1 game per month. Yeah, at the very least. And again, that's why I'm really worried you're right in that they aren't going to do anything about this. But if they don't, I swear, you will never hear a day on this show where I don't claim that the NFL favors the Kansas City Chiefs if they don't do anything
I
about
mean, that
this.
was one of the things I brought up as a Dolphin fan. Every offseason, it was some of these stories coming out,
Yep.
and it didn't happen once. It didn't happen twice. There was 3 times, and even video came out, with the kids or with
The
the
audio of
recording,
the
and we
Tyreek Hill
played it.
audio,
And
yes.
I'm like, "What?" And they did nothing.
Like you could clearly hear Tyreek in the back banging on the door, yelling obscenities.
Oh yeah,
So something happened. Again, we don't know what happened in that house that day, but at the same time, like you just said, when it happens multiple times, can we kind of do something about this, please? At some point in time, I maybe that's just me asking for too much, Sparky. Maybe that's me asking for too much. Let's shift over to something that's a little more positive, which is the sale of the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Which at this point, the Paul Allen estate, because Paul Allen unfortunately passed away back in, I believe, 2018. This is them finalizing his will, essentially, because in his will, he did say that he wanted them to hold on to the team for a couple years, but they were meant to sell not only Seattle Seahawks, but the other team that they own, which is the Portland Trail Blazers, and then take that money and allocate it to many, many things around the community in some philanthropy work, which is a lot of money when you really sit there and think about it. Because the Seattle Seahawks, as I looked it up yesterday, could coin them about 7 to 8, if not upwards of somewhere in the $10 billion range. And the Portland Trailblazers will get them about 4.8. So that's about 12 to $15 billion with a B that they could allocate toward philanthropy work in the area. That's pretty cool. Honestly, I like that. I thought they were just selling it just to capitalize on the amount of money they could potentially get for the team when I first heard about this. But now that I've read into it and actually did a little bit more research and found out that this is actually all just part of Paul Allen's initial will, and it's all just being finalized by his sister and the people who run the estate, I think this is a really cool thing.
I saw the list of what they began selling yesterday,
Yes,
which was used helmets, jerseys,
naturally.
game worn
Yeah,
stuff, and I'm like, man.
they can make a lot off that
And that's
alone.
where they're gonna kind of start
Mhm.
season in some of this, get some people interested.
Game
But
worn
can you
Kenneth
imagine,
Walker
man?
jersey in the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And they're going back to even the champion, the Pete Carroll
yeah.
season. So I mean, they're going through the vault.
Honestly, that's what I'm thinking in my head, is that we're probably going to see upwards of 16 to 17, maybe even $18 billion pooled in by this estate as a whole. I want to know what they do with it, though. I want to see the philanthropy work.
And who
Now,
steps in next?
exactly. And that's going to be another big thing with both of these teams, with the Portland Trailblazers and the Seattle Seahawks, because both teams are looking to continue, or at least Seattle's looking to continue their success. Portland's looking to get back to the success that they had back in the early Dame Lillard days. And they're pooling in a lot of really young talent that's pretty solid so far. So it's entirely possible they could turn it around in the NBA as well. Whomever takes over, though, it's going to be probably a pressure that nobody else has ever had to deal with in the NFL, because we've never had a team play in a championship game and then sell immediately. Like I
Sell it while
this
it's hot.
is yeah. And again, that's why I thought that, yeah, sell it while it's hot. Why not? You've talked about it for a couple months now. We all knew it was on the table. So why not sell it right now, right after you won a championship? I mean, I think Boston, when they sold the Celtics a couple of years ago, I know it was like a year or two off the championship. I don't think they had won yet. Or maybe they had won and like skipped a year and then
Yeah, they
sold
were
it
still hot
afterwards.
at the time.
And they netted what, if I remember correctly, 10 bill, somewhere in that area. I'd have to look it up and actually remember the numbers. But coming off of a Super Bowl win, your second Super Bowl win, I if they don't net somewhere in the $9 to $10 billion, I'd be surprised. But again, I want to see how this is allocated. I want to see how all this money is used in philanthropy work, because you say philanthropy work, but what kind of philanthropy work are we really talking about here? As much as I would like to trust people with money, a lot of us don't, for good reason.
I know a financial advisor if you need one.
I'm just saying, we could probably find a way to allocate it and actually fix up some of the area too. But this is going to be an interesting sale. I'm going to keep a close eye on this, just solely because I want to see how much they actually get for this. And the other weird part about this too was the comments, or at least the back and forth between Roger Goodell and the media, because there was rumor that they had, or the NFL had actually slapped a $5 million penalty on the Seattle Seahawks ownership for breaking rules at some point this season, and he denies that. I'm not 100% sure if that had to do with the sale of the team or something of that nature. Maybe the NFL didn't want them to sell the team, especially since you're a championship caliber team. But I mean, like, I'm kind of curious about that. I hadn't heard anything about this, but they're claiming that there was a $5 million penalty that was slapped on them at some point during the season. Goodell is outwardly saying no, that never happened, but it's Roger. Like, come on. Like, at this point, do we all believe everything that comes out of Roger Goodell's
Hell
mouth?
no, man. That's
No.
I mean, that's his job. He's like the Triple H of the NFL.
Absolutely. So we'll take a quick break. We're going to get into some other stuff. The MLBPA found their next director. Took less time than honestly I thought, but Bruce Mayer has been voted in unanimously. Sparky had to write on the dot that we were going to have an answer to that well before what the heck is happening. What was that? Is that a Scott Cox?
Dawson. No,
Oh no, it's you.
you got me holding a possum.
Why?
Because I when I came home over the weekend, a possum was walking up my driveway,
Oh,
and this kid is
God, the
not
AI
only is
wizard. The AI wizard in our
he's good,
midst.
dude.
Yeah, he really is.
He's good, but
And
he
this
is
is why
so
you need to be
bored.
following on social media because I'm sorry, on YouTube or Facebook or whatever video platform you do, because if you don't, you have no idea what the heck we're talking about right now. We'll take a break real quick. We'll get into a whole bunch of Olympic stuff as well. We got a massive women's ice hockey game today. US and Canada takes place, I believe, at 10 right after the show. So I'm excited for that.
Hell of a
Plus,
game last night.
a hell of a game last night. The U.S. men's team won in overtime, and I think the Canadian team also won in overtime after losing Crosby,
Yeah,
which was
down by
huge.
3-1 too. I was like, oh, they're gonna lose.
Huge.
And the Condors won.
Absolutely. So we have a ton to talk about, and I want to get into this curling thing. Have you seen this?
No.
So there's a little bit of a beef going on with the Canadian curling team and cheating. Because there's some rules. Again, I don't know a whole ton about curling. If you or at least have been following it, please feel free to chime in and tighten us up, because this is a game that I've seen but really don't know much about. But apparently there are some technical rules that have been broken here at the Olympics, and people are not very happy about it. So we might get into that at some point as well. This is the early bird special, though. We will be right back after this break. Welcome back. It's not raining yet. We're supposed to be getting a massive storm here locally here in the next couple hours. If not, it hasn't actually started already. I can't tell.
It's supposed to rain all day today.
I'm excited. I love the rain. I don't know about y'all.
Except I'll be live outside the new Spectrum.
Right. You have a remote today.
Like out of all the days.
I'm sorry, man. That
happens.
rough. So you can go outside the new Spectrum today and go meet Sparky with Big FM if you would like, or you can come see me tomorrow at the Condors game for KGEO night, and I believe it's Cancer Awareness Night.
Yeah, Fight Cancer Night.
So I am very excited. I actually reached out to Holty. It was us yesterday, Sparky. It wasn't him. Our internet is the one that dropped because
that was happening during Money Wise too. I was wondering about that.
So yeah, it's our internet. We apologize for the technical difficulties we've had for the last couple of days. And yesterday was definitely not the day to do it because it was one of our most watched videos. Right. But yeah, no, apparently it was us. I went back and looked at the stream just to see, and we blacked out, but he was still there. And actually, he heard us when we said, "Yeah, we lost Holty. I have no idea what's going on." Like he could.
It's funny because those are one of those fights that if you bring up, "Hey, I think your internet's down," everyone immediately says it's not ours.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not ours.
It's not us. And it's like I can't tell which one it is sometimes. Like that's why I was sitting there saying, "It's like it may be us, it may be him. I have no idea."
Might be another reason to meet me out at Spectrum this morning from 9:30 to 11 because not only that, if you're not a customer and you just need stronger internet. If you sign up today for internet and for phone lines, you can get free internet forever.
You're kidding.
Forever.
That's a really good deal.
Plus,
really good deal.
We'll have free food, and I'm giving away a pair of tickets.
Especially since it's like $100 or $110 a month.
Figure save about $1,200-$1,300.
I need to find 3 other people to join my line. Might have
get
to
some
talk
burner
to my
phone
sisters.
for Durant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's true too. Let's shift, my friend. Let's talk about some things in the world of baseball because we talked about this yesterday. But Tony Clark obviously resigned with all of this stuff going on with the internal investigation into his inappropriate relationship between him and his sister-in-law. And also, I think we had it wrong yesterday because the more I keep reading about it, now she was never actually identified. So we don't know for sure. But now they're heavily speculating that this is actually the wife of his brother, Greg. Not the sister of his wife. Regardless who it is, it's the sister-in-law. And there seems to be some issues in terms of the money that was being, sent to and from the MLBPA. So who's going to be taking the brunt of the responsibility there. Now they have decided unanimously in a vote that Bruce Mayer will be jumping into that seat. Not a former player. I don't know if we're going to be seeing a former player like Tony Clark be the head of the MLBPA for probably a good amount of time now, unfortunately. But this is hopefully going to be a step in the right direction for the MLBPA. We said it yesterday. A lockout is looming. December 2nd, it is going to happen because the CBA ends on December 1st. And if they can't figure out a deal to fix all of this, or at least find a middle ground where the players still get paid the money they want to and the owners don't have to spend an arm and a leg to compete with other owners, and which is going to be a rough battle. It really is, no matter who's at the helm. But they are saying that the Tony Clark situation should not impede any of the MLBPA's ability to get this deal done and figure out a middle ground. I hope that to be true because I don't want to see baseball ruined by this. And we had a texter yesterday that brought up, will this stretch into the season? I misunderstood the question at the time, but it didn't really clue to me what they actually meant. They're not talking about next season. They're talking about the season after that. They're not.
No, they were talking about this season.
They were talking about this season?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's this season, no. But the one that you should be worrying about is the season afterwards. So, because if there's a lockout, it's going to be long.
Yeah. And I heard from Drake Toll this morning, he was talking about, the one we had, a few years ago when it was 99 days.
Mm-hmm.
This one has been a fight since the late 90s.
Yes.
And they're suiting up to make this a long-term fight.
Yeah. And again, that's what I'm thinking in my head is this thing lasts longer than 2-3 months. You're now cutting into spring ball time. You go longer than that. That's the beginning of the season. So yeah, the likelihood of it cutting into the 2026-27 season, no, probably not. But 2027-28, if it lasts long enough, we could not see a season at all. And that's not good for baseball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So hopefully hopefully this entire move, Bruce stepping into the spot and being a pretty good businessman in his own right. He's been around baseball for a long, long time, and he was the favorite to get the job right as Tony Clark was asked to step down. So this is probably a good thing in terms of at least they got the guy they wanted. I just hope this doesn't destroy baseball going forward, because a lockout will ruin this, in my personal opinion. Shifting over though to something a little more lighter note.
Before we leave baseball, did you see the Phillies? They signed an 11-year-old.
Okay, so yeah, I did
a
see
future
this.
contract,
Future
but it's the youngest ever.
And I don't know
But I'm
exactly.
thinking about an 11-year-old for $1.3 million. I'll be like, hell yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking in my head is I don't know how to feel about this, because again,
he should be a hell of a shortstop.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking in my head. It's like, if we're brewing this kid for 10 years, he better be the MVP his rookie season. We better be seeing the next Shohei Ohtani.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you.
I don't know much about the kid. I really don't. I just thought this was a feel-good story. If I'm being completely honest with you, I thought this is more just Philly being Philly and just saying, hey, we know a local kid that's really good at what he does.
Let's get a positive story out there.
I mean, I had a negative story when it came to the Phillies that we could have got to. I didn't know if I really wanted to get into Bryce Harper's comments on what the Philadelphia president said about him, or the Phillies president, I should say. I apologize. I like it just because it keeps people's eyes on the positive side of baseball, which everybody sees as like, the kids, the up and comers, these kids getting opportunities to meet big leaguers. Like, that's the good stuff for baseball. That's the good PR. And it takes away from a lot of the bad PR that we're having to deal with right now with the Tony Clarks and all of these presidents having strong opinions on their players and all of that type of stuff. So do I know much about this kid? If he's a stud or if he's a prodigy, have no idea.
How could you?
Yeah, exactly. He's 11 years old. I have no clue. I just saw it on social media and said, oh, cool. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, and this may be mean on my part. I thought this was a Make-A-Wish situation at first until I read into the kid and said, oh, no, he's actually a good baseball. Okay, cool. Like, this is actually just a weird thing that maybe Philly's thinking, well, if they could do this with Shohei and pay him for the rest of his life, maybe we could start at 11.
Yeah, we get dibs.
And get done by the time he's 30. I don't know. At this point, baseball is just getting weird with these contracts, and that's why we're headed for a lockup. I'm sorry, it is. And you can blame whoever you want to blame, but at this point, we're headed towards a lockup, or it's not going to be good. It's just not. Let's shift away from baseball, because, again, I could get into this Bryce Harper thing as a Philly fan, but I really don't want to. It's Bryce having strong opinions on being called a non-all-star now. And to be honest, I don't know why we're even questioning Bryce Harper to begin with. He had an injury-plagued season last year and still hit 20 home runs. What are we complaining about? I really don't get it. Let's shift over to the MMA, though, because when we first initially broke this story about Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, I didn't realize who Gina Carano was, if I'm being honest. Like, I knew who she was. I've seen the name a million times. But for, nerd fans like me, it's Mandalorian. It's the female. Oh, God, what was she in Mandalorian? Was she a Mandalorian? I can't even remember. She was the female badass in the first initial seasons of The Mandalorian that was asked to leave after some strong comments on social media. But
I'm a nerd, but I draw the line at Star Wars.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do not like Star Wars.
What?
I can watch every other thing. I just cannot stand Star Wars.
Crazy, man. That's one of the best franchises of all time.
Negative.
Oh, man. And now, again, we can get into the controversial later movies, but the early ones, especially 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, and 3. In my opinion,
enjoyed the first two that came out.
Yeah.
I can't watch anything else after that.
Well, at least you gave the first two. The second, or sorry, for you, that would be episode 5. So that is the best one out of all of them. So there's no question about that. It doesn't get any better than episode 5. Regardless, let's get over to this entire fight between the two of them. Again, a 39-year-old and a 41-year-old at first don't sound like the best odds, or at least the best fight you could potentially see. But these two women are fantastic trailblazers and two of the best fighters to ever grace an MMA ring or octagon, whatever you want to call it. Let's hear from Ronda Rousey. She spoke to ESPN the other day. Let's start first with why this fight happened. She says in this multiple times that they needed this fight, that they both were aching for it. But I think there's a little bit more to the bite, and I'll let you know what on the other side. So let's hear from Rhonda real quick.
In MMA, that doesn't owe me a damn thing, but that I owe immensely, and I'm always trying to look out of what I could do for her. And she's her family owns Caesar Palace and Rebel Oil. Like, there's nothing I could really do for her, except for when I was in a similar spot, when I was, depressed and gave up in the world and inadvertently gave up on myself. What I needed was a goal and something to reignite my passion again. And I always said that Gina is the one person I'd come back to fight for. And I thought, you know what, like she needs this. She needs this fight. And the more that I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I need this. I really need this fight. And I reached out to Dana and asked him if he would be interested in it. And it didn't exactly work out with the UFC, but it led us to here today.
So the highlight that I want to put out there is she kept saying that she needs this fight and I need this fight. And I think a lot of people are taking this as, they're seeking glory. I think it's more the competitive edge that these two women have had their entire lives. And they see so many of these people getting in on the action again. I mean, we talked about Mayweather and Tyson, which again, still have yet to find an American that actually wants to watch this. But when it comes to this fight between Ronda and Gina, I think this is a interesting twist to it when they say that I need this fight. It's not necessarily they're seeking glory. I think they're seeking that competitive edge that they used to have. Both of these women have stepped away from the octagon for a long time. Ronda obviously had her stint with the WWE, which didn't go the way she wanted at all. And ultimately, they both, I shouldn't say both because I don't know if Gina's a mother. I know Ronda is. Ronda went through the motherhood thing that she wanted to do as well and start her family. So I think this is just another instance of what we're seeing, that these two athletes still feel that they could be at the top of their game and want to show that to the world and showcase it. Will this turn into both of them coming back to the UFC? Probably not. I wouldn't see that as a long-term thing. Maybe Ronda gets one more shot at a pay-per-view with Dana, but
it'll probably all depend on really how this goes.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I'm now really starting to turn my mindset around on this. I'm actually kind of excited to watch this. I think this is going to be a pretty entertaining and pretty just competitive fight between the two of these women, who again, pioneers for women's fighting in general. And honestly, like it could be worse. Like, they could be going up against way older opponents, just like some other people that we see jumping back into the game for some money.
My real question is where did this fight come from?
So that is the interesting part of all of this. We'll go to the second bite. I'm glad you brought this up because Ronda apparently has had this thing brewing for over a year. So let's hear from her one more time.
This has been in the making since I was pregnant, and which was over a year ago. So it took a long time to get us here, and I really can't keep it. It's such a long story. I can't really keep it short for you, but we fought for this, and we fought to fight each other, and there are a lot of obstacles along the way. And I told her, if I have to go out there and train you myself to fight me, I will. And and we made it happen. We had to work together to overcome every obstacle to get here. And it's really surreal because it's been like a secret for so long. I can't believe I'm actually able to talk about it.
So it's been a year in the making. The two of them have been away from fighting for, well, okay, Ronda's been out since about 2017 after she lost to Nunez. And Gina never really got a shot at the UFC. She kind of faded out after the featherweight bout against Cyborg well before UFC women were even a thing. So they've probably been friends and have been talking about this for years. Both of them have been around the same circles for a while. Obviously, Gina had her bout with acting. Ronda went into the WWE, and probably again, both of them have just been wanting to come to a center here and fight each other for a long time.
I've liked Ronda as a UFC or MMA fighter, but I did not like her in the WWE.
It didn't fit her. It just didn't. I think it's kind of like the Shayna Baszler thing, and or at least for me, again, wrestling fans, feel free to chime in and tighten me up if you feel. But when there is an aspect that these women are badasses as UFC fighters, and you see them lose to wrestlers in certain ways, it kind of takes away that allure.
Mhm.
And when Ronda originally came in, I thought it was going to be big because I figured this would be the stepping stone. The UFC and the WWE could finally open that forbidden door and go back and forth if they wanted to. Again, we talked about this multiple times with our guy KG. The likelihood of that happening at all is up in the air because of TKO. But when it comes to them just losing to random women, especially just in the weirdest of ways, because you would assume Ronda would be able to walk in there and just dog walk most of the roster, but you still have to have her lose because it's entertainment, it's a storyline. And they tried to force the Roddy Piper thing on her, which I don't think ever really fit.
No.
I don't know if that was her idea or if it was the WWE's idea, but it just all was a cocktail that just wasn't working.
And I know you probably know a lot more of it, but what was the cause of her leaving? Because I've seen a lot of videos where it kind of went sour.
So I have a bite actually, because one of the cool interviews that I saw yesterday that was released was Seth Rollins with Club Shay Shay, and he actually talked about Ronda. We won't play it right now. I'll play it in a second. But from what I remember, it was just she didn't like the product. She didn't like the booking. She didn't like how she had to play down to certain people. Like it literally is essentially what,
She didn't like the business
yeah,
side.
she didn't like the business side of all of it and how she had to carry herself as a wrestler. So I mean, like you said, I've seen multiple reports that say she just didn't like the money she was making, or she wanted to step away to start a family, or, whatever. There were probably a multitude of reasons, but I think Seth actually broke it down really, really well. Let's play the bite real quick before we have to hit to our break. This was Seth Rollins on Club Shay Shay yesterday. You can go watch it on YouTube right now. It was released yesterday. And this is essentially Shannon asking him if he was shocked at Ronda's exit from the WWE and how it all went down. So
Are you surprised she didn't stay longer?
No, not at all. It's hard. It's really hard. And what they were asking Ronda to do was very difficult. The schedule was crazy still at that time. This is pre-COVID. She comes in 2018, 17, something like that. And at first it's very easy. And I don't mean this in a negative way, but everything's curated for her. So everything's choreographed. And, she has one match every 6 months or something like that. And it gets well rehearsed, and that's fun. And you get to do wrestling that way. And that can be really fun, and that can be addicting for people, but that's not really what wrestling is.
Nice.
Wrestling is a bit of a grind, and you have
a couple of times a week, huh?
And it used to be 5 times a week. And you have to but that's how you learn your craft, But if you're not used to that and you're coming in, and it's not Ronda's fault, you're coming in and that's how you're presented. And then you have to work backwards. You have to work, opposite of the way I did, where I came up doing all that. And then I got to do the fun stuff at the end. That's easier because now it's like, oh, wow, wait, you tell me I only have to wrestle 50 times a year? Easy. I used to do 250,
Exactly, yeah.
So this is nothing. When you go the other way, that is a really hard thing to do. And she had other aspirations, she wanted to be a mom. Yeah. And it's really hard to be a mom and do our gig, especially when you want to have multiple kids. And, kudos to her. She traveled with her oldest daughter a lot, the same way myself and my wife did with our daughter. And that's a really difficult thing to do. And if you're not having fun and you don't love it, it does not surprise me that she was like, I need to get away from this. And not to say she won't come back and give it another go, because she does have a talent for it, but it doesn't surprise me.
See, that's where I figure it kind of lays. And I know that's a political answer from Seth Rollins. Obviously, he's trying to keep everybody happy, but I think it really was kind of something along those lines, that just the work that you had to put in, especially like you said, you start out one way as the favorite. You only have to wrestle once every 6 months and you get all the pop in the world just because of who you are. And then they transition saying, okay, if you want to be full time, you're going to be going through the grunt work now.
It's kind of like what we've heard from other old wrestlers that have taken or heard shots from MMA or UFC fighters that say, oh, wrestling's fake, blah, blah, blah. It has nothing to do. It's nothing on us. And it was like, I believe it was Stone Cold that came out after Conor McGregor took a shot at the WWE and said, dude, you get, your entourage, you get 6 months, even longer to train for a fight in your own gym. And he said, why don't you hit the road and, roll solo where you have to work out at random gyms on the road, and you're, you know, on TV multiple times a week, and you're wrestling, you know, 4 or 5 times a week,
and cutting promos
and
and
cutting
doing all the
promos and
side
all this
stuff.
other crap. And he said, I mean, you do that for
Yeah,
a couple
it's-
years and let me know how fake it is.
It's a different kind of work ethic. Not that those people can't do these things. I think
Just
Connor
a different road.
Yeah, I think Connor could really take well to the WWE. But it's like Seth said, you have to love it. And Rhonda, I don't think actually had that love for it. I think she liked it. I think she enjoyed her time there, especially the early time there. But the more it came, or the more it went down, it's just something that
That
she
was
wasn't in
beautiful,
love
man.
with.
The way he
Yeah.
said it,
Again,
because it is going backwards.
Yes, it's a political answer, I grant you, but it is the best way to say it. And he broke it down perfectly because he's right. It's just like anybody else in their job. When you start out up here and then you're asked to do grunt work, it's the worst job in the world. But if you start as a grunt and you go up, literally, the less work you get, the better your job becomes and the happier you become. So it's a weird thing to have to come through or have to transition through. And obviously, her being an ex MMA fighter at the time, it just kind of didn't fit the right scheduling that she wanted. So maybe that's the reason she left. It really matters not. Now we're seeing her back in the MMA against Gina Carano, or God, I need to look up her actual name in The Mandalorian. She was one of my favorite characters when she was in it too. And I was very disappointed to see her go. But for some reason, when I heard and read Gina Carano, I didn't put name to face, or at least not in that area. So, and maybe that's why I'm getting a little more excited for this, just because I could see Gina again. Who knows? Let's take a break. We'll get to some other stuff on the other side. There's plenty of audio that we can get into. Shaq was on Unsportsmanlike yesterday and dropped a couple bangers that I wanted to play. And John Cena was on the No Wrestling podcast with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and, oh God, again, another name I'm forgetting, but the producer from the Rich Eisen show, who does a fantastic job as well. And he dropped a bomb on us saying that he was supposed to win 17 back in 2021. We were supposed to get this years ago, not the retirement tour, but at least the Never Seen 17 should have happened back years ago. So maybe we'll have time to get into that before our guests as well. Anthony Jauregui will be coming up at 8, and our guy Showdown from Rodeo Pro Wrestling at 8:30. Feel free to join us and chime in on all social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, all that type of good stuff. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Who's shaking your head at?
It's horrible music.
What?
I played this for Anthony. So
Oh, well, I love this song. I'm not going to lie.
what do you do?
I love MCR. Grew up on MCR. Oh, well, again, we don't have to agree on everything, my friend. It's all good.
There's a reason people like this crap, but I just don't get it. I mean, Blink-182. I still don't understand it, but they're
not shit on that one.
they're superstars. So
Oh no, I don't have my Blink shirt on today. I had a Blink shirt on yesterday, I think. Real quick before we get to our next guest, Anthony Jauregui, plus Showdown from Rodeo Pro Wrestling will be joining us at 8:30 as well, ahead of Rodeo Rush at
did you say it
MB2.
MB2?
It is at MB2, yes. Or at least that's what I saw. Was that it's supposed to be at MB2? I'm wrong. Showdown will let me know, but
Yeah, I want to see where they set up the ring.
that's what I'm thinking in my head. It's got to be outside in that little atrium area. You know what I mean? Or maybe in the parking lot.
Yeah, probably the parking lot.
Old school
or the,
parking lot
over
wrestling.
by the tracks.
I could see that.
That'd be dope.
Honestly, I'm curious myself. I might actually sneak over there on Saturday just to see. But there's plenty to talk about in their realm as well. As they announced, I believe they have a championship tournament they're going to be starting at that event as well. That'll stretch over into March. And there was some interesting matches that were announced as well. So we'll get into all that in Rodeo Pro Wrestling at 8:30. Before we get to our guests, though, we were supposed to play an audio bite yesterday that I want to get to. But before we get to that, it has to deal with the NBA. We have some update on the Kevin Durant burner account situation. He's pretty much calling it nonsense. He, was asked questions about it by the media yesterday, and I'm quoting here. It says, "I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense." Kevin, really? Like, you could just outwardly say it. No, it wasn't me. Instead of just saying, "I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into it. My teammates know what it is." Your teammates know what it is, which that is a quote here. My teammates know what it is.
What it is.
What it is? What it do? What's
it,
happening?
What it do?
I'm just, you can't do this, Kevin. You can't
I do what I
outwardly
do.
say it's you or outwardly say it's not you. Okay. We all know you go to the social media and love to rant,
Troll.
people. Absolutely. We have the entire instance back in 2021 where you used some very derogatory slurs towards a certain someone, got fined $50K for it.
Didn't he call a team a poopy team?
Something like that. Yes. I mean, again, and that's why I'm concerned though, because what if this is him?
It's got to be him.
That's what I'm saying. Because until it actually comes out and we know it for sure, this is toxic. These
enjoy
aren't. I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I love laughing at it, but I'm sitting here looking at these texts saying, "This is a person screaming for help right now."
Yes.
This is a man that is frustrated and is screaming for somebody to step up and come and save him.
He needs a friend.
He desperately needs a friend. He needs to go play with somebody he actually enjoys, because some of the things that were said about his current teammates, let alone the past teammates and star players he's played with and coaches. I've already told you what he said about Frank Vogel. This is just, it's so crazy. And there needs to be some sort of just mental health checkup on Kevin Durant, man. If all of this is actually him, because again, until it's actually proven, we should say it's all alleged. But for the media to ask him questions, and his immediate response was, "I know y'all got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into the Twitter nonsense." Stop it. Stop it right now, Kevin. Stop. That's not the answer you should be saying. Your answer should be, "Look, man, I know the story. I saw it. I was too focused on the All-Star game. That's not me. That's some young troll that's just trying to make me look bad." Like, outwardly say it's not you, my guy. If it's not you, just say it's not you. By you coming out and saying, "I'm not here to get into the Twitter nonsense," that to me is you saying, "That's me. I'm just not going to say it out loud. I'm just not going to say it." I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but what are your thoughts on that? I mean,
I think it's him.
I think
Or
it's
he's
him
paying
too.
some kid that he knows to do
And
it.
he's like funneling things to say
Just
to him.
paying the little homie. Hey,
Because this is multiple accounts. I would
Yeah.
like to say the names of them, but most of them are not appropriate for radio viewing. So
you got that Spectrum deal.
look, man, this is a cry for help. Someone's got to call Kevin and say, "Are you okay? Like, are you okay, big bruh? Is everything all right? Are you enjoying your time in Houston?" I'm going to say no, because I mean, calling one of your players slow, and I don't mean in speed, and then highlighting how another one can't play offense or defense, but is somehow an all-star.
And what's funny is he's playing well.
He is. He's still playing at an all-star level. And the Rockets, maybe, what are they, third or fourth right now in the West? They're not that far off from creeping up if they could actually figure it out. And they've had a slew of injuries that have really kept them that low. But that's why I'm like, what? I don't understand what gets in people's heads where they have to act out like this, especially on the internet. I've never understood it. I don't get it. But someone's got to call Kevin and make sure he's okay, because these files are crazy. If you haven't looked into them yet, you should, because it is some wild work on the internet. It really is. Let's take a break. Our guy Anthony Jauregui from The Well will be joining us right afterwards. Talk about his open mic night tonight. You heard Dan Betts say yesterday they had over 100 people at the first one and over 40 comics. You might want to jump in on this. This sounds like a pretty dang fun night. I'm going to try to sneak over there. And then we'll have our guy Showdown from Rodeo Pro Wrestling at 8:30. Talk about Rodeo Rush. He'll be live from MB2 just down the street right here. It's not that far from here. We could walk from, or honestly, should we walk there? Nah, probably not walk there. It's over the freeway. We'll take a car. But it is not that far away from us right here at the KGEO studios. We'll take a break. On the other side, we'll hear from both of our guests. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk. The Robert
Uh-oh.
Swift situation from
There we
years
go.
ago.
Haven't heard that name in a while.
Right. Well, and that's why we were bringing it up. Anthony Jauregui is here from The Well. For those of you who
That
do not know.
documentary
Good
of his
morning.
was insane.
Well, I was bringing it up because we were talking about the Condor game on Friday, and our guy Anthony here has only been to one his entire life.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly how we got on the topic of just local athletes, but I told him that when I was a kid, we got to meet Robert Swift when he was first drafted, and we thought he was the coolest guy ever. Then a couple years later, I hear he's trying to hold up a 7-Eleven here locally with an RPG.
Yeah.
And I said,
Yeah, his documentary shows all those.
I don't know exactly what you were planning there, Robert. That's like that was my first instance when I said, not everybody's a
big
smart guy.
empty mansion with a bunch of assault rifles.
No
and
kidding. Again, it's a weird story.
I just don't want you guys to know what'll happen when I come back here after having a successful comedy career overseas in Italy and Spain and touring the world. I'm going to come back here and retire, and you guys will find out that I'm holding up the old Golden Corral with a bazooka as well. So that'll be my place.
You have
but-
now found your new GTA
Yeah,
calling.
mhm.
Oh,
GTA,
God.
FAT, both I am. Yes.
Oh,
I got
Lord.
dark quick.
No
Whoa,
kidding.
dark
What?
quick. Whoa.
Oh, quicker than
Have
usual.
you seen outside, guys? It's gonna rain. Coming up to the
I was
forecast.
actually going to
It's
ask
gonna
you
be-
that. Has it started raining yet? I haven't
No,
been able to step outside.
No, it just looks scary. It's just like it looks like
Scary?
you know how when there's
Brother.
there's like an image in a movie where it's like a fork in the road, and then one way is like there's like a butterfly and the sun is shining and like the baby from the Teletubby sun is out there, and on the right side it's like dark, scary, just like
I
a
love
bat
that.
flying. That's what it looks like outside of Bakersfield right now, but it hasn't rained yet.
That's
It's
funny. You say a fork in the road. A picture of my wife. We actually stopped at some place. I think it was in Sacramento. We were going to Aftershock or something, and they
Mm.
actually have a huge fork in the
Ah.
road that people just
Oh, that's
get out of
hilarious.
the car and take pictures with.
Yeah, I had no idea that was actually a
Yeah,
thing.
neither did I until I drove by, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
babe."
yeah.
What, you wanted to just get out and take a picture with the giant
she
fork?
took a picture with the
Oh,
fork. Yeah.
Lord.
Did you take one of those pictures where you're like holding your hand up and it looks like she has the fork and it's like
No.
you know,
Holding it.
typical.
early.
You know,
Oh, Lord.
Speaking of just weirdness, I played My
Yeah.
Chemical Romance for you this morning.
I heard it. I was listening to the YouTube version, but we didn't get it because of the copyrights.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's the
assuming
unfortunate
that the
part.
radio played a good old MCR song. I wonder what song it was.
I'm not okay.
They're
It's
all
the
horrible.
traditional one.
Oh.
Doesn't
Th-
matter.
This is
Are
what I'm
you?
telling you. I'm a massive MCR fan. First
Oh,
of all.
really?
Oh, massive.
So you took offense to what?
I didn't take offense to it. I don't care about
He
people's
knows.
thoughts.
Oh, I like that. I like
I'm a
that.
metal guy.
You're-
He's the
yeah. And I'm a metal guy too.
Hey, they
Mhm.
both sound like metal,
I'll-
goth, whatever. They both sound like devil music.
You
to
can call
my
it
old
what it is.
Hispanic
It's emo.
parents.
It's emo music. You can call it what it is.
Emo music.
I go to emo night traditionally every single year.
Do you
Okay?
wear like the whole getup? Do you
No,
have, like,
no. I left
You
that.
paint your nails. You put
I
gel.
left that back in the 2000s. I don't.
Oh, so you
slick my
did
hair
do it
back.
at one point?
No, but trust me, I don't necessarily have to. The majority of my clothes
Please.
are black.
Please, Mama Burdick,
They are
send me
all black.
pictures.
He's wearing a navy blue Nike
I
sweater.
never
That's
had-
not black. That's just something that.
Did I have
never
the
mind.
AFI haircut? No, my haircut. Me and my brother's haircut was closer to Justin Bieber's early haircut
Oh, okay,
because we went to Catholic school, so we couldn't have it a certain length, but we wanted it long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
so we
yeah.
we had to cut it in a specific way where it actually was.
It was
you
like
know-
the happy. You had to get like the Karen look when you were at.
That's pretty close. Yeah,
Yeah,
Supercuts.
exactly. Super cuts, exactly. That's pretty close.
Give me the Karen.
But I don't know if this was you, but I always loved it when those kids had that kind of hair and they'd go back and you just see a bunch of.
No,
zits
that's my
right here.
brother. Oh no! We
It's
never.
like,
had
I
the zits
get
on the
it, dude.
forehead.
Keep the bangs.
My brother
Cover
though
it,
was
cover it.
well known for flipping his hair. I will say
Yeah.
that he did it before Justin Bieber.
Oh really?
He definitely started that.
Well, Anthony, you're the host of Open Mic now, back at the new Well Comedy Club. How did last week's go? Before I dive in, we heard about the Friday the 13th show.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out Daniel Betts was in here yesterday, and
I'm
I'd like
surprised
to
he's not here today.
He
I
was
gonna
supposed to
ask
be
you.
here and surprise
Yeah.
you this
And
morning.
I
Go
was going to ask you
figure.
about that.
Go figure. Dan's all talk. Look at that. Yeah.
Send him the link. Send him the link
Well,
right now.
No,
We'll put him in
send-
video.
Send it to him. Do whatever. Text it to him. He won't reply to you either way.
He's
Trust me, I
probably
know.
asleep right now anyway.
Yeah, asleep or never mind. I'm not gonna out him like that. But he's into drag shows. I'll
Trying to
say
get
that.
this open mic cut quick
No,
Oh,
it won't
God.
happen. He doesn't have anyone
after
that
you broke
can-
a record.
No, he can't get anyone in this seat.
That's what it is. Anthony's feeling himself today. He broke the record.
Yep.
Now he can
Look
talk.
at, he's got his nachos. He's got his
He's got the glasses
the
on.
open. He's got his record.
I have a
We let him use the
stigmatism.
public bathroom.
Astigmatism.
Hey, it says private on the outside
It
door.
was supposed to
Okay?
be private.
Hey, well, after what I let out in there,
Well,
it's
see?
my privates were all out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look.
No, so Dan came on yesterday, and he threw a lot of this. I was like, I was listening on the way over here. Just so you guys know, Dan only listens when he's listens to your show when he's on the way over here.
I'm not
We get that a lot.
surprised.
Yeah, no, and I listen periodically. I know that there's a lot of my friends that come on the show. Look, I just happened to be listening yesterday, and Dan was on, and I was like, oh, what? He didn't promote it or anything. Go
He finally
figure.
woke up.
Go
Look.
figure. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I would just like to point out I promote every week. I'm very excited to be here. I love doing the show, and let me just give you guys your flowers for a minute here.
Oh no! Don't
Second
do it.
comedian in a row.
Don't do it.
I'm like, dude, come on, you're a
We
comic.
appreciate y'all.
It's too early for
Mhm.
compliments, dude. That starts after midnight, if you know what I mean.
That's when you knew it was fake.
You know, yeah. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. He's like, anyway, and then he's like, oh, Anthony comes on all the time. I'm sure it's a bore. Hey, I'll tell you what's a bore, Mr. Betts. Listening to you go on stage for 15 minutes after 38 comics have ever gone up. So, hey, no, he actually did really good last week. I don't
Did
know who
he?
went up and complimented him, but
It wasn't you.
it was not me. Every time Dad goes up at the open mic, I announce it like this. I say, guys, we have this brand new comedian here. And he just signed up. He just got the huevos. That's something in Spanish. He got the huevos to sign up for open mic. So everybody, please put your hands together for first time comedian, popping his cherry, Daniel Betts, every time. And he goes on stage and
So, do you also perform at the open mics?
I host and I go up in between each comic. So I'm always
So
like,
you do your little, minute between.
His feet,
I
folks.
I call it like I get on and get off. I keep it real short because I think that's not I just like to keep the show moving. So I'll get up and say like one or two jokes quickly if I even have anything. If you bombed, I kind of just move past it.
Okay,
But-
let's move on.
yeah. But sometimes someone bombs so bad that I have to make fun of it, or sometimes someone does something so silly that I have to make fun of it.
Mm.
And that's when I have the most fun because I'm really good at being in the moment and reacting to things. And so if you want to see me perform and host and have all those little tidbits for people, come watch the show tonight for free with the 2-item minimum at the Well Comedy Club, 1517 18th Street.
Free
Bakersfield,
show. And Dan also
Yeah.
said that he is the reason it was his idea to get the nachos. And I said, really? Because our insider, Anthony, said he's been pushing for those nachos for a while.
I was telling him and the crew at the old location on White Lane, yo, we need an item that I've seen at other comedy clubs that you can get out and serve that is super cheap and easy. I had also said, dude, I can make the cheese. I'll try it. I'll make it myself because if you guys don't know this, I had a National Cheese Day show in 2023.
Really?
And we had they made a grilled cheese item. And that's when I had pitched it. I was like, we need to get nachos. Nachos would be great. And it's so fast to make. And that's what they didn't realize. I'm like, maybe you don't like it, but the optics of the speed that you can get it out is like, dude, it's chips and cheese. Come on.
Yeah.
So I have been pushing for it, but maybe no, he made
He
it
may
happen.
or may not
So,
have had the
either way,
final say.
I didn't have the money to pitch in for the nacho budget at the club, but even then, I'm glad it's here now. So that's fine. That's fine. Nacho cheese.
Are you expecting a big turnout tonight with the lineup? What was it, 41?
We had 41 comments last week. I don't know that we'll have that many this week. I think it was just a lot of people excited to come check out the new comedy club. A lot of comedians from out of town that just showed up without messaging me. Wish I would have stayed back home, to be honest. But yeah, so listen.
Well,
if
having
you-
that many, does that cut into other people's
I was
time?
actually going to ask that. 'cause
It kind of did because so many extra comedians came out. I had to give everybody 3 minutes instead of 4. So I had to accommodate that way. And I don't know if we may end up in enforcing a 20 comedian max where everybody gets 5 minutes.
It's a good problem to have.
Or yeah, it is. And but it's not something that happens all the time. Like I said, there's 41 comedians, but I know of 6 off the top of my head that won't be here tonight that weren't here that were here last week because they're doing gigs or whatever. So that's what we have to take into consideration too, is that we may have an influx of people and sometimes people are available or they're not. So I'm glad we had 41, but honestly, the record means nothing to me. I think that's just something Dan holds in high regard because it's his comedy night at his comedy club, which is fine, but I was just grateful that I got to be there to do it. And I'm finally in a position where I was prepared, because if this had happened when I was a younger comic, I don't know if I could handle it. But now I've been doing it for a minute. I've hosted a bunch, and
just line them up.
Dude, and I feel great. Like, I'm not scared at all. Like, it was a packed house last week, and I went up and did new material. I had a good time. So I don't know if you were there. Hopefully you had a good time. And there's some people that got a little, but they ended up winning free tickets that they didn't come out to the show for, probably because they were obliterated that night. But they won free tickets. They bought shots to win the free tickets, and they didn't even come for the show. So they spent money, then they didn't get anything back.
Did they even remember that they won the tickets?
I don't know. Hopefully you're not listening, Angie.
Hopefully they are. But setting up perfect, that Friday the 13th night was the night after.
Mm.
And I knew you had, was it 13 comics?
Yeah, 13 comedians.
How'd that
13
go?
comics.
It was a great show. We showcased a lot of different comedians, and it was awesome because, again, at the old club we used to do stuff where we'd perform and go on the show, and then we have to go back and scrub the toilets and do all that stuff. But now we're at a different position where there's different staff members and the rotation's different, so we can go work, clock out, perform, and be done. And that was awesome, so that's a cool perk. And
wasn't the original plan was to have like the whoever had the best set the night before won?
Yeah, so there was a local comedian named Daniel Baltazar. He won set of the night at the open mic Thursday night, and he's been coming out for over a year now, killing it. He goes to every single mic. He's the first one there, one of the last ones to leave. He dedicates so much time to it, and dude, it showed. Last Thursday, he killed. I don't know if we can say it on the radio, but he killed. He did great, and I think everyone was not surprised because he's funny, but it was just kind of like everything, just kind of like I was saying. I got into this role to host, and I feel like I'm doing great. And the open mic came, and he was in the position to win set of the night, and he won. So all this preparation meets time. Is that luck? I don't know, but either way, he killed it. He did his first showcase on Friday night, and again, three applause breaks. Like
wow.
He's funny, and he's finally I think getting comfortable enough to where he's killing. But it was great.
He's only been doing it for a year?
A little over a year.
Oh, wow.
But it was great to that's what a showcase is. I want to showcase different comics that
absolutely.
You don't see at every other show, hosting or featuring or headlining.
Right.
Like, just a little tidbit of different comedians. And then we had dudes from SAC. We had comics from Antelope Valley or somewhere out there. So it was a good little vibe. So if we have another one, maybe just come out. That one's a ticketed show, but maybe if you have some sports bets winnings, you can share that on.
I know you guys have Giannis Papas.
That's
coming in
this weekend.
2 shows tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
4
2
shows this
Saturday.
weekend. Yeah.
And if you guys if you'd like to go, just call into the show. I think we might be able to get you in.
We can. Mm-hmm.
So one more question before I'll pass it on over to Burdick.
Mm-hmm.
My question is adult bingo.
Okay. Yeah. I heard you talk about Dan with this. Yeah. What about it?
Well, I've heard it from the owner, and you've already, he has his sales pitch. I just want to know from another comedian, plus the doorman, what is to expect of an adult bingo night, and is it something I could take my wife to, or is something more of a single guy should go out to?
See, Dan wouldn't give us a straight answer yesterday. That's why I need to know this as well.
Yeah, he was keeping it PC. I'm just gonna say this: when I was, because I put the show on sale and they sent me all the promotional material, I had to click on the video, and it sent me to an xxx.com website. And I had to put my ID in. It took a face scan of me just to get in and watch the video. It was explicit. And I'm telling you, I don't know if this was a Hunks advertisement or an adult bingo. If you haven't been to Hunks at the Comedy Club, do not go if you're a man. But if you're a woman single, you got to go. Even if you're married, I mean, leave the man at home or wife or whatever.
I got tickets for my wife last year.
Dude, and I have to tell the stories off air, but oh man, it was we had to bring extra mops out that night. But either way,
Oh,
I believe it.
adult bingo, I think is in that realm in that you don't know what's going to happen. Like the flyer says one thing, and we can expect, shirtless, not shirtless, but we can expect bingo, right? But the advertisements I saw, there's people wearing inflatable hoo-has. There's people wearing.
Oh, so it is really a adult.
Yeah, it's adult. It's like those. You know what it reminds me of is like, those card games that you go and you see at Target and it says like NC-17 on it, or it's like
Yeah.
a black box and there's like
Mhm.
lips on it and like a
Mhm.
flame, and it's just like couples only XXX trivia.
Lord.
It's like, all right, I know what I'm gonna take to the swingers party. It's like I'm gonna be standing over by the snacks and be like, hey guys, I got this cool game. And you open up the cards, it's just like flip a coin, and if it's heads, you gotta give.
Yeah, like truth or dare type stuff.
Yes.
It's that vibe, but I can't even say for sure because these are just advertisements that are quick and flashy, and it's a chat GPT caption that the producer of the show wrote. So it's just really like, I don't know what to expect, but it's gonna be X-rated. And if that's your thing, I think it's gonna be a great time. Or if you're just, I think it could be like a single guys night out or single girls night out or a couples thing. I think it's a mixed bag, but I think for sure, if you like the more dirty stuff, raunchy type things, this will be your thing. But if you like, a clean show, or you like dry bar, or you go to church on Sundays, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy things,
Go
but
to church and then adult bingo afterwards.
hey, I mean, it's on the same day. You can, go repent afterwards. I'm Catholic, Ash, but so
I didn't even
listen.
get my ashes yesterday, if I'm being honest.
Hey, I'll see
I
you in
totally
hell,
forgot
brother.
about that.
Yeah.
I got a condo by the Lake of Fire. It's okay.
I thought I saw your name on that property over
Exactly.
there.
I'm
Will you
telling
be
you.
at the Giannis show?
I'm gonna be working this weekend, yes. So I'll be there both nights. I threw my hat into host. Maybe I'll get a guest spot or something.
Nice.
But I'm a huge fan of Giannis Pappas, and he's really funny. And again, like you were mentioning yesterday, you don't need to know the comics. You just come out and watch the game, watch the show. Kind of like a football game. You go over to your buddy's house and you don't know the teams, or any sporting event, you don't know the teams. You kind of just go for the vibe, and you end up being like, oh. So that's what this is about. That was cool,
Get
But
some beer and some nachos and
exactly, get some beer, some nachos, and laugh at both of them. Yeah, both places,
Right.
So so it's gonna be a great show though. Like this guy's like been a comic for
Yeah,
decades.
You guys have been talking about this dude for a while and pumping up
Yeah.
this show, because I know this, like Bet said yesterday, this is one that you guys have had on the back burner for a while till the new place got opened.
Yeah.
I know of a couple friends that have reached out to me saying that they are excited for this show and had no idea he was even coming.
Yeah, that's
So,
great. Yeah.
like, how big is this guy? Because again,
Dude,
I really only know him from you guys.
If you're a fan of comedy, or you watch these like New York comedians like Mark Normand or Jim Norton, or like they do all these podcasts, right? And there's a lot of good podcasts out of the New York scene. Giannis has one with Chris DiStefano called History Hyenas.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
And
now.
Giannis has also been a guest on like Your Mom's House podcast, and like
He does bet MGM on this station.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's a big sports guy, so I don't know if you guys give him as a get, but dude, that'd be like, I don't know, like
We're working with bets. He might be calling in tomorrow in the 7:00 hour.
Hopefully.
dude, that'd be dope. I mean, like, and he used to do this, like, this is another deep cut. Like, he used to do this character, like this Puerto Rican character in drag, basically in Miami. And this was like a 2000s to 2010s type thing. It was a huge character that he did and had its own following, that.
So he's been doing it for a while.
Exactly. And now he's in New York and is just like one of these dudes is like, kind of like, has a family, whatever, and just goes in towards the country and has his spots and stuff. But he's been doing it a while, and has, again, if you listen to Rogan or any of these New York comedy podcasts, he's been a guest on it, and he's really popular. And
I know he looks familiar.
He
And
does,
if you
but
guys
it's like-
want tickets, man, go to thewellcomedyclub.com. Tickets are available, and they are going fast. So
Yeah.
if you have plans, there's an early and late show Friday and Saturday. I'm going to try to get out there tomorrow.
yeah,
But to go in, did you have anything else
No,
comedy wise? I
No,
wanted to ask you. I know you're a tennis guy,
Mm-hmm.
and the Olympics are around. Have you watched any of the Winter Olympics?
Yeah, I think we talked about it last week. I watched curling, and I heard there's a curling debacle. Did
That's
we
what
get
I
to
was
it?
just gonna bring up.
Well,
Yeah.
this whole have you seen any of the videos that
I-
we're talking about?
Listen, I just real quick on the Olympics. I'm not going to go too long, 15 seconds. I haven't been able to watch it because it's all behind Peacock and NBC. I can't support my country unless I stream it illegally. So what do you want me to do?
Buy
I-
Peacock? It's $10.
Hey,
Share it.
listen, that's
You
with
can use
this
my
economy. I mean, like that's a
$10 is a drink.
That's a
true.
bag,
That's
you know?
absolutely true.
That's
I
a
don't know.
coffee cup.
I have more issue with it because of the timing of everything, bro.
that was $9.
That was
Yep.
$9.
You could add
With the tip.
Peacock.
With the tip. Yeah, I
You
could
know,
have. You're right. I could have.
Y'all
I'm sorry.
absolutely overpay for your coffee.
I
That is
tip. I
ridiculous.
tip.
That's
All
why I
right,
stay away from
uh,
coffee.
Absolutely. No, you can't pay me to go to Starbucks. No, this entire thing with curling, apparently there is a rule where, because again, I don't follow curling that closely. I don't know the rules very
Who
closely,
does?
but it is true. Apparently, Canada is is under fire right now because you're not supposed to, you're supposed to let the thing go. And I don't know if it's called a curl or whatever it's called. The
a
rock.
puck. It's a puck.
It's a puck. Okay, whatever. The puck. You let the puck go,
Yeah.
and then you're supposed to not touch it again.
Okay.
And Canada has video, or they have video of Canada's curler. I don't know the position name, and he's like touching it with his finger as it goes after he lets it go, which apparently is illegal.
Yeah.
And now it's a big talking point in
Illegal
the
contact?
Olympics. Yeah, illegal contact or something of that nature.
Listen,
I've
if
never
we're-
realized that people would be disinvested.
If we're gonna go back and start taking away people's wins off of a flag or penalty or a whatever that someone didn't catch, then we gotta go. And
Oh
do
no,
a
they
check.
caught it, but they were outwardly the other countries were outwardly saying, "You're cheating. What are you doing?" Like, there's
So did they
video.
win or not?
I don't know. I honestly wasn't following that closely. All I know about it is the controversy.
Listen, if
There's
we
been
can
a lot of
deflate balls and win games, I mean, I don't know. This feels like I don't know. Are they sore losers or are they actually cheating? You know,
And it's Canada, right?
It is
Or-
Canada, yeah.
yeah.
That
Or
I
is-
know for sure.
or are they our friends or not? I forget. Whatever the government tells you to do, then I'll listen.
I like
But,
Canadians. I got no issue with Canadians.
well, does our
Unless it's hockey, then they go down.
oh yeah, ladies, I think our
Ladies are
women's,
today at
like,
10 o'clock.
Yeah, how do we watch that? Peacock?
Yep.
Oh.
You're gonna have to
Stream it on Peacock, brother.
I'm going to your house, Burdick.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm taking
I
my,
got it on the big screen. You
Is
can
taking
do
the,
it.
my slippers and everything, dude, and my curling uniform.
The women's is today, right?
Women's is today. Men, I still believe, have to go through another round before they could potentially be facing Canada because I think they're in the semis. So we still have to
Canada
wait.
almost choked it out
Yep.
yesterday. too.
Well, to be fair, so did we.
to be fair,
To be
who,
fair.
who did we fight yesterday?
We had, I think the men's played Sweden, if I'm
Sure.
not mistaken. Canada, I think one of them was Sweden. Canada either beat Sweden or America did, but both of them went to overtime, and it almost saw Canada lose because they lost Sidney Crosby early in the game.
yeah, we beat Sweden.
We beat Sweden. Okay. And then I believe Canada beat the Czechs.
You guys can't see this, but Sparky's
Czechs.
holding up a
Slovakia.
giant postcard of notes, and it has every.
It's called
Olympic-
prep. It's called prep.
No, that's not a
See,
bad thing. I just that's what we have
The
to do to
20
figure out
pages right
anything
here
about.
I have myself.
We have to do this just to learn about the Olympics because it's like, dude, what's going on with the
Because, I knew
Olympics?
it was
Yeah, I don't
Sweden.
know.
I knew one of them played Sweden, but yeah. So the men still have a round before we actually could potentially see U.S. and
How are we
Canada.
doing overall? And you guys are my recap here for the Olympics. How are we doing?
I honestly haven't seen. a medal
Personally, I only
count.
turn Peacock on when I go to bed, and I put 2.5 Men on.
You watch 2.5 Men while you go
I
to
do.
bed.
It puts me to sleep. Yeah, I
Or do
like
you watch the
intro.
god awful Ashton Kutcher? Here?
No,
That
that's when I
one's
start
bad.
over.
No, that's
My
two-
wife
two
knows
and
when I'm
three
going to bed
quarters.
because she'll hear men, 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 men,
Oh,
men,
God.
men. He's going to sleep.
You know what's funny?
That's what my thoughts sound
I
like.
did watch that show a lot when Charlie was on it, but
I loved
haven't
it with
picked up.
Charlie.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up when Charlie left and they had Ashton come in.
I like how just randomly. I remember being a kid, being like, it's kind of like when you're, I don't know, just seeing a new dad come in, or what was the character, like his brother or something?
I don't even
Oh,
know.
yeah, Alan?
Alan was the dad, but no, Ashton's character was just a random
Yeah, the
rich guy that
billionaire
bought,
that washed upon the shore.
yeah, that
It was-
bought all of Charlie's stuff.
It was like when Steve left Blue's Clues and his brother came. We were like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
he's a
he's,
creep.
he's like,
was this creep? What the heck? Oh, I don't even remember.
This is
who was the
weirdo.
second guy after
Going like
Steve. I
Saved
don't
by the
even
Bell.
remember. When they
Like,
re-
who's
when,
this kid?
when When they dug that
The
guy up a
mom
couple
in,
years ago.
in Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Exactly.
Who's
They
this
switched.
lady?
They
Viv.
swapped up the moms.
Oh
Like,
Lord.
this is not Fresh Prince.
I saw this Instagram. I don't know if it was like a thread or something, but it said it basically was like, I can't explain this, but Winter Olympics is private school and Summer Olympics is public school. Like,
Okay, I can kind of see what you get by that, but again, I just
they
don't
said
think
they
it's
couldn't
as,
explain, so it makes sense, but it doesn't. But
I just don't think the Winter Olympics are as exciting for people to watch. I don't know why.
because I didn't know they're just I've never
why
been
they-
interested in skiing.
That's why they throw in the drama.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true too.
It's like,
Oh,
The
hey,
curling
did that
drama
lady
and-
like with the skate a few years ago, or she like
Tanya Harding.
yeah, then she killed someone or like stab a leg.
That was
or
a long time.
That was a
ago.
long time ago. The movie came out maybe 2 years ago.
That- I
That
mean,
was a
that's why
long
it's a-
time ago.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
but,
that's the last time they were relevant because they're making up this.
Well, again, I don't know if it's
That and Blades of Glory. That's
And
the
I
only
didn't
thing
think-
I know
Yeah.
about skating.
Blades of Glory did make that.
Well, there
so
wasn't
much better.
like a bobsled or something.
Yeah,
Somebody went
Cool
backwards.
Runnings.
No, this year.
Oh, this year I have no
Somebody
idea
went
on that one.
backwards and got thrown out, and I'm like, and then the country actually
probably
donated a
Jamaica.
bunch of money. There's been a lot of drama, and
There has.
that's how we like it.
One of the Canadian men, I believe, came, or there was a story that he cheated on his wife or something like that, and the
Mhm.
wife is absolutely just tearing him up in the media right now.
Oh, the
because
guy
of it.
that was like he went up and it was like, it was his girlfriend. No, didn't he win? And he was like,
Yeah, he had one, and like something had come out that he had cheated on
came
his
out?
girlfriend. And
Yeah, and now if you prep for the show, you go to ESPN.com. It's now looks like TMZ
yep,
because the top 5 headlines are all some drama stories. And I was way wrong last week. It's not Marty Stewart. It was Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme,
And
that's
that
what it
movie
was.
was really good. If you're
It's
a
like, I knew-
table tennis fan or just
I knew we were wrong on the name when you said it because it didn't sound right, but I knew what movie you were.
it's a
talking
good movie. But when we had our guy from the was it KGT or the Californian
Yeah.
came in
Rick.
and he was like, "Oh, it's only table tennis for a couple minutes." It is a lot of
about.
table tennis.
Well, that
But
is
it-
that is how he made a lot of the money, though.
I was just wondering if that was a true story.
Yeah, no, it's all based on a
Really?
true story. Absolutely, yeah. Again,
I mean-
allegedly, guys,
Yeah,
let's be,
but-
let's be honest here. Allegedly,
it's probably
these-
greatly dramatized, but it's supposed to be based on a true story.
I watched it with my son and he's like, "Who is that lady? She looks familiar." But Gwyneth Paltrow is in it, and they make her look so old.
Oh, really?
And I had a dude, you know who she is. You know who she is. And he's like, "No, I don't." And I was like, "That's Iron Man's assistant, dude." And he's like, "Oh, oh yeah."
Let's
First
be
Iron
honest,
Man
she's-
came out 20 years
She's gone
ago.
through a lot since the
Well,
divorce
in the beginning-
with the guy from Coldplay.
In the beginning, she looked really old, but it was
Really?
in like the late 50s.
Oh,
But-
true.
Sooner or later during the movie, she goes back to being hot Gwyneth Paltrow.
See, and
Oh.
everybody is more excited for table tennis at the Summer Olympics than for
course.
anything at the Winter
Of course.
Olympics.
I mean, it's crazy seeing them flick the ball like that. We usually see those balls going in cups of water when we're playing beer pong. So, seeing them do anything other than table tennis is great.
So before we wrap up, what's going on tonight? Open mic.
Come out to free comedy night at the Well Comedy Club, 1517 18th Street, 93301 in downtown Bakersfield. I'll be hosting. It'll be a great time. I'll have drinking a yerba mate or mate, and I'll be really caffeinated and ready to make you laugh. So
Is
come
this
out,
now
it's fun.
going to be a weekly thing? Are you guys doing open mics every Thursday again?
Every Thursday, unless there's a show, check the calendar. There may be a show like Jason Ellis is here in a couple weeks, so there won't be an open mic then. Maybe after the Jason Ellis show, but either way, just check the calendar or really follow me on Instagram, and I post anytime I'm hosting at Bamfany. Please check it out. I'm posting content now, and I think it's kind of silly, so come check it out.
Yep, absolutely. Go check them out on Instagram and all of that type of good stuff. TikTok too, or no?
No, I
Not
don't.
yet?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
gotta wait
dabble
for
in
his
TikTok?
I don't
band to
care.
be
I don't care
lifted.
if it stops you from being famous. I won't get a TikTok.
Brother, I'm telling you, I
Good
said the
man.
same thing,
I'm the
but
same
we're
way.
doing pretty
Yeah.
dang good on TikTok right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've never
it's
seen
weird.
it. So
This is like
It's
when your
weird.
gay friend tells you about switching to the dark side.
my
Look,
wife
man,
sends me TikTok videos. I'm like, "Babe, I don't have the app, and I'm
Yeah,
downloading it."
yeah, exactly.
You can send it to
I have
one
a
of-
friend that sent me 1,700 different TikToks, and I just like everyone, and he thinks I have the app.
Oh, good lord. All right, Merv, thank you
Thank you,
so
guys.
much for your time. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week. And go follow the Well Comedy Club as well on social media. They do give out tickets to all of their events. Probably get hooked up with some Giannis Papas tickets for
Yeah,
this weekend. I wouldn't be
definitely.
surprised. So, and hopefully we'll have him tomorrow at 7-ish, 7:30, somewhere in that area.
I'll
If
be
if I
listening.
can get one more comedian to wake up early, he'll be on.
I mean,
Heck
that
yeah.
is, that's the real trouble here is getting you guys to wake up at a decent hour. But you guys are night owls.
Decent
so I understand
hour.
it.
Right.
Look, man, some of us work during the day, some work during the night. And I see the decent hours during the day just because that's where I work. So
We
it is
get
what it
paid.
is. My friend, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk
Thank
to you
you,
next
guys.
week. We got to take a break. Our guys from Rodeo Pro Wrestling are on the other side. Showdown is in the building, so we'll talk to him about Rodeo Rush at MB2. This is the Early Bird Special right here at KGEO Sports Talk. See, we can always agree on this, Marky.
Thank God for Metallica.
Well, I like all metal music too. I'm not just emo. Come on. I just grew up millennial.
I can't do the emo stuff.
Look, man, if you grew up in the era I did, you had to. That was the popular band. MCR, Blink 182, Linkin Park, all of them were emo bands. I'm sorry. That's just how it kind of rolled. But we got to talk pro wrestling because Rodeo is in the house.
Yeah.
Showdown is here. Good, sir. Good to see you. And I apologize in advance because I've been pumping up that you guys are still at MB2. For some reason, my stupid brain didn't realize it's going to be raining all freaking weekend. You can't have an outdoor event when it's raining. So you guys have obviously moved the event to a new location, right?
Yes, Spotlight Academy.
Spotlight Academy.
Spotlight Academy.
That's at 5415 Woodmere Drive. That's off of Stein and Harris in that area, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
But it's not your fault though because we just did the switch anyways, like 2 days ago, probably.
Did
that,
you?
If that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It was like because I saw all the promo, and when you first announced it, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be really cool." It's right up the street. I mean, where were you guys initially going to have the ring?
Right at the parking lot, dude.
Okay, so it was the
Yeah,
parking lot.
yeah.
We were thinking about that. It's like it's either got to be in the parking lot or that atrium area where they have the walkthrough where you can get to like the batting
Oh, yeah,
cages
yeah.
and stuff like that.
I didn't even see that area, but
But
it definitely would have been in the parking lot. It would have been a sick show.
are you guys still planning on doing one there?
We got to
in the
make it up to
future?
him. We have to make it up to him. So
Okay.
so maybe hopefully like an April show. When
Okay.
the weather's actually
Yeah, when
cool.
actually we know it's not going to rain on top of our heads.
Yeah, we're 0 for 2 for outside shows.
Oh,
now, dude.
I didn't even realize that, but you're absolutely right. The last outside show you guys had to move. So you guys are the reason we're getting rain. Now. That's what it is. It's not anybody else. Okay, that makes sense. You guys also announced though that you have a championship tournament that's going to be starting at this event, right?
Yeah.
So
yes,
how
yes.
is that all going to, or how did that all get started?
So rodeo, dude. We just been so successful with what we've been doing.
Mhm.
It's only right to to present a belt.
True.
So we gathered the 16 most badass dudes that we could find,
Mhm.
and we're gonna mingle them up and see who comes out on top.
Love that. And
Yeah.
your match won't be at this event though. I saw it's in the March one, right?
Yeah, I have some business to take care of for this event.
Okay.
So I have to put mine on hold
Okay.
and then
And deal with yours then, and then
let me
have
knock this out real quick and then
love that.
Yeah.
And obviously, you brought the belt with you, which
Yeah,
I got to
check it
look
out,
at.
man.
And if you want to show our YouTube listeners and whatnot, this thing is heavy, brother.
Nice.
I love the brown belt too, very old school, and is heavy as all hell.
Oh,
It
that's
is
perfect, man.
beautiful. RPW has finally. He can't. It's bad juju, brother.
It
you
is.
can't have that. No. That is
So that's
beautiful.
what the tournament is fighting for.
Absolutely right. That's the big belt.
Yep. If you look at it closely, it kind of resembles a belt buckle.
Oh, it
Oh,
does.
yes.
Yeah. No. Now that you say that, it absolutely looks like an old school belt buckle.
So we're talking about rodeo. This is the real king of the rodeo stuff.
Absolutely love that. Now,
Right here.
who came up with the design for the belt?
Yeah. All of us, dude.
It was just a
we
group
all just
effort?
got together and just this is how we want it, or this is how we want it to look.
And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you did well by not going Velcro. I always think the Velcro ones look so stupid. It has to be clips, dude.
Oh, dude.
If
yeah.
it's Velcro, it
fire,
just
dude.
seems so lazy. But that
That is
looks
awesome.
awesome. It's fantastic. Now, this tournament will be the inaugural champion, right? No one's ever held this thing.
No one's ever held it.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully you'll be the first one to actually hoist this thing. But name drop some of the other guys that are going to be in the tournament.
We got some guys like Alex Ace,
Mhm.
a big 7-foot guy, so it's gonna be nuts. And then we have another giant dude by the name of Hit.
Mhm.
He's gonna be going against Cristo.
Mhm.
Cristo's in there. We got Prince Gabriel. We have Prince Gabriel going against Caballero.
Mhm.
They've got some beef, so we're gonna see if they can settle it there, but also see what happens. We have Ray Rico going against Omagi. We have 5-star going against Zuka King. Who else do we have? Joe Vinici versus what was his name? Justice, Romel Justice.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we got a lot of names in there. Some I can't remember.
Oh, that's fair.
But I
Absolutely.
definitely know that this tournament's going to be super tough.
And I've seen a lot. Ray
Yeah.
Rico has been popping up a lot on my Instagram and a lot of the other wrestlers as well. You guys all do great promos, by the way. They're fantastic.
Thank you, man.
What other matches that are going to be taking place though on Saturday?
So as far as I got my match going on,
Mhm.
it's going to be me, Showdown Muerto, and Angie Savage versus the Dark New Age. Those guys are the ones. We got to settle a score.
Okay.
Did you see the match I sent you guys?
I believe, yeah, no, the one that you sent on Instagram.
Yes.
I believe I did get to check that one out. It was a while ago though.
Were you guys able to go to the show?
I was not this
No?
last time. I'm hoping to go on Saturday though.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
really am. So if we can figure that out, like I'll most likely be there.
It's Friday.
I'm sorry, yeah, it is Friday. What time is the event again?
It's at 7:00.
Okay.
The doors open at 6. I would get there.
Oh.
I would get there whenever you can.
Yeah,
but,
I'll be there.
Yeah, he will definitely be there. I have to actually. I just realized I have a thing with the Condors that night as well.
I'll be there. And what side of
Oh.
town is this Woodmere?
It's closer to the Gosford area.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
yeah,
Right
it's
in my
over in
hood.
your area.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
you'll be able to find it. Again, go to their Instagram, Rodeo Pro Wrestling, if you want tickets.
Spotlight Academy.
Everything is there, all the information you need. And
Actually-
I believe the link to buy tickets is still there, correct?
Yes. It's all still valid. Everything still works. On the Rodeo Pro Wrestling Instagram page.
Mm.
Click on the tickets price link, and then you'll be able to purchase tickets there. Tickets are running low, dude. So
That's
Are they?
yeah. So
Good.
we're low on tickets. So if you can
Get them now.
What's pricing right now?
What was that?
What was the price?
Same thing as
Last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna go up in price and
Which
stuff
is
like
what,
that.
$15 online?
$15 GA, $30 front row.
Fantastic.
Family packs. We have a few family packs left, so that's the best deal for your buck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then were there any like promo codes or anything this time? Because I know you said last time, didn't you guys
Is it
have
hack?
something?
I think I read hack.
Yes, my manager's promo is promo code hack. Get a percentage off. I don't know exactly how much. And then we have save $3. Save
Okay.
$3. Get to save the taxes.
Right.
Actually, the guy, the people that are letting us host a show at their venue, his wife's doing something with the Condors. I think she's that same day she's doing.
It's probably has to do with the cancer
fight for cancer.
Yeah, it's the cancer fight night for them,
Oh, is
and it's also KGEO night. So I'll be there ringing
It's
the horn. And
the
all that.
dancers, who I think they're gonna do like a dance show with some dancers.
I honestly,
She's
They
a
always
hot
have
tub.
something going on
Yeah.
at those
Okay.
games.
Like I could not tell you exactly what all they have planned.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to talk to Ryan Holt that much, especially since our
Oh.
interview with him kind of got cut short. but
Oh man.
that's on us. Our internet, for some reason, decided to take a dump halfway through the interview. So it
Well, I'm
is what
looking
it
at this
is.
fight card, man, and it's going to be a jam-packed night. And like he said, man, tickets are going quick. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't wait until the last minute. And I mean, we talked last year, and it's just awesome to see the growth of Rodeo Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And in just a short amount of time, I saw there's some tag team matches. I mean, there's all sorts of matches. I would, if you're not already, follow Rodeo Pro Wrestling on your Instagram. And I mean, check this out.
Yeah.
Is
for
there any
sure.
stipulations or anything with any matches? I know you said you have business to handle, but is there
Yeah.
anything special about that match?
Yeah, usually with my matches, man, we just tend to go all out.
Really?
I am what I do.
Fair.
so Showdown is we just go in there and fight, dude.
Absolutely.
So
Love that.
anything usually goes. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I will say, was there like a older wrestling promotion called Vendetta?
I'm not sure on
I've
that
heard of it,
one.
but I've never used them before. I mean, when I was back in high school, there used to be one that we used to go to out at Strongbow back in the day.
Oh.
And like when I first saw you guys on Instagram last year, I was like, man, it's awesome. I had to double check to make sure you guys were local because we haven't had a good wrestling scene for a while.
Yeah.
And well, because you had a friend, right, that we had met at the McFoley signing that was part of that promotion.
Yeah, that
I just
was
don't know
that
what the name
hardcore
was.
stuff. Yeah, I can't remember what it was
I
called.
couldn't. It might have been Vendetta though. I mean,
Oh,
was that
okay.
what? Why? Why do you ask?
Because this is no one knows this yet, but we have another show after this one, March 14th. So you guys are the first one to hear this.
Sweet.
March 14th, and we're paying homage to a previous show that used to run here in Bakersfield.
Oh,
and we're
very
calling it
cool.
Vendetta.
Oh, okay. So it's a
Yeah.
little bit of a tip of the cap. Then
Tip of
do
the
you
cap, yeah.
have any of those wrestlers coming and making an appearance?
We don't know yet.
Okay. It's still work.
Yeah, but we literally have the date set and,
Okay.
and everything. So
Do you know where that's going to be located?
that one is? Probably at the PAL, the Police Activities League.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's like our home hub.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Yeah, we
So-
got some good pal. Those
Absolutely.
people are awesome.
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna have to
Definitely
look
great.
into that. I'm not sure. I would assume if you guys obviously have this all worked out, I would assume that you're right, and there is a former wrestling promotion that was under that name. I just am unaware of it. If I'm being
Yeah, I
honest.
think they used to wrestle at the Dome. They used to put on shows at the Dome, I believe.
that would make a
Which
lot of
is
sense.
the old Strongbow Stadium.
Yeah.
exactly. So that would make a lot of
So
sense.
that is the tip of the cap.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it'll
Yeah.
be on the 14th at, like you said, B-Pal. Is there ways for them to buy tickets to this one already, or no? Are you
As
guys waiting
soon
on
as
that
this
one?
one's done,
Okay. So tickets will go on sale
the-
probably
yeah,
Saturday.
Yeah, but you guys are getting breaking news right now.
Fantastic. Love
March
that. Thank you, my
14th for
friend.
that one. Yeah.
That's a huge bit. Well, is there anybody? Wait, actually, I kind of already asked you that, but like, are there any big names that'll be coming back for this show on Friday that we should know about?
For the big names, well, Alex Ace
Besides-
is a big return. Let's see who else. So we have myself, Showdown Muerto, Ray Rico still in the game, Caballero still there. We have Jay Mighty, Saul Luna,
What's the big guy? Something King. He's looking
Zuka King,
Zuka King.
Zuka King.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude, you guys got to come to the show, man. These
I'm
shows
looking
get
if
forward
I
to
can
it,
double
man.
up, I'll sneak out.
How
of the
many
condo
yeah.
come meet
how
you
many
guys.
matches are set for tomorrow night?
I believe it's 8, right? 8 matches set for tomorrow. That's including a pre-show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have a pre-show going on. Like, as people are walking in, we're gonna
Absolutely.
get them hot.
8
Yeah,
matches total.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So what times should people try to get there then if you guys have a pre-show?
try to get there at 6. Pre-show starts at 6:45. The doors. It's gonna be a smaller venue,
Mhm.
so the environment's gonna look packed, dude.
Ask?
Yeah, and I seen their studio. Man, they got some top-notch equipment. So I think
Really?
we're in for like a badass show.
Well, I had a
Fantastic.
couple
Yeah.
listeners' questions. One was, is there food at the
This is a good
venue?
Yes, Spotlight Academy is gonna be holding a concession.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll be covered, and then they'll have drinks as well.
The second one was, if they are interested in becoming a rodeo pro wrestler,
How do they do that?
how do they do that?
Give us time. We're working on something.
I mean, they're growing, like I
We-
said.
we are working on something, so we got you.
You
Just
got a little
stay.
wrestling school
yeah.
maybe in the works? Or?
We're doing something right now.
Okay.
We're holding like some trainings.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out how to go about things, but something soon. If anything, message Rodeo Pro Wrestling on Instagram. Let us know what you want to do, and we're working towards it. So stay in touch with us, and then we'll get it up there.
And then the
Fantastic.
last one I had for you was, are you guys going to be streaming this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do
So
they
if
find
people
that?
can't make it or they're out of town, how do they watch?
On Twitch, Rodeo Pro Wrestling on Twitch. Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's the way we're live there, so everything is.
Do they stay up there on Twitch afterwards as well if people missed them?
Do the videos stay on Twitch?
I don't.
I think so.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
I know ours don't for some reason. I
Okay.
don't know why, but I have seen. Is that what it is? So we're just missing the app then, I guess. So hopefully you guys have that and people can go back
Well,
and check out
I-
former shows as
I
well.
hope so, but I mean, he's also editing our last show,
okay.
Ascension, my manager, Hacksaw. But yeah, you're right, because I did go back and try to view Ascension and I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Again, I don't
probably
know
right.
exactly how Twitch goes.
Yeah.
We just stream for it.
Yeah.
So as far as saving it on there, I really couldn't tell you. But that's why I'm curious as well, because if you guys had a YouTube channel or something, they can go back and watch some of these former shows.
Actually, I do have a YouTube channel. Now that you mentioned it.
Yep. So shout that out real quick
Yes,
before we let you
please. It's at Showdown Muerto at YouTube, on YouTube. I have my Life of a Muerto series that I'm building. I have
Nice.
my very first episode up already. It's called Life of a Muerto episode 1, of course. Yeah. I try to give you guys a point of view, make you feel like you're there with me,
Mhm.
and also be genuine. No scripts or nothing, and then show you how the match goes, and then make that feel like a movie, like you're watching a movie action scene.
Kind of like your own version of Unreal in a way.
Yeah. Except like whenever I'm actually saying something, like nobody told me to say anything, and I'm not preparing. I'm
Fair.
literally in the moment.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. So one more time, what's the YouTube channel so everybody can go out and check it out?
It's Showdown Muerto on YouTube. Episodes are going to be called Life of a Muerto. From there, you can find episode 1, and then this next show, I'm going to have episode 2. So,
Fantastic. And then the show obviously is Friday the 20th.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. 6 o'clock if you want to go locally here, but if you want to watch it, it'll be on Twitch. Does it start with the pre-show as well on Twitch, or is it just start when
I
the
believe
main
it's
card's-
going to start with the pre-show. So
Okay.
yeah, so
So
what we
you won't
see
miss
is what you
anything.
get. Yep, exactly.
Fantastic. Well, my friend, we really appreciate you. We love that you guys brought in the belt. That is fantastic.
Thank
I
you, man.
won't ask you to pick it up because obviously there is
Don't
stipulations
touch
there.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, hopefully he does. That's the whole ride, right? I mean, it's the whole championship. You
Yep.
got to ride for it and
Yes,
try to go
sir.
grab it.
So this whole tournament is taking place tomorrow?
No. This is the beginning of it. So this is going to be
nice.
yeah, the first round starts tomorrow with I
Yep.
think 3 of the matches, or was it 4, something like that
What is it? 5 matches for the tomorrow for the
for
tournament?
the tournament?
6 matches.
Okay, so
yeah.
six of the matches will be tomorrow night for the tournament. The other ones will take place in March
I
for
got
the
March. Yeah.
for the one that you were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. I can't wait. I will definitely be at the one in March. This one I'm going to try to sneak over, especially since I have to deal with the Condors and do their thing.
Well,
No,
tickets are
But
selling quick. Go to Rodeo
Yes,
Pro
sir.
Wrestling on their Instagram. Get your tickets while you can. Come out. I'll come out and support. I'm looking forward to it, man.
And then promo code HACK, right? For what'd you say? 30% off? 10% off. 10% off of your tickets. So,
Also, Voice of the Indies or Voice Hack or Voice for another 10% off for
absolutely.
Voice of the Indies. But yeah, this has been Showdown Muerto, and I'll see you at the rodeo.
We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much.
We're
for your
looking
time.
forward to it, brother.
We got to
Yeah,
get
we'll
out of
see
here
you.
for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us here tomorrow once again, 7 to 9. As always, who do we have slated tomorrow, Sparky? We have
We're
somebody.
working on Giannis Papas.
Yes.
That will be performing at the Well Comedy Club this weekend.
Chris Flail will
we
most
got our
likely
boy
join
Chris
us.
Flail.
And then next week, right, will be the return of Kyle Pitzer right
Yes.
before Elimination Chamber as well.
That's right.
And then hopefully we will hear from Rodeo Pro Wrestling once again, and we will see this belt around the waist of our guest, Mr. Showdown. But until then, we're going to have to wait, and hopefully we see you guys out at Rodeo Pro Wrestling tomorrow night. Unfortunately, not at MB2, but it will be at, Spotlight. That's right. The Spotlight Academy, 5415 Woodmire Drive. We got to get out of here. Sparky, let's go home.